Welcome back. Major news from tourism in the Bahamas as new direct flight services from the west coast of the United States will soon be available. This much coming from CEO of the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, Joy Jibrulu, who announced this morning that Alaska Airlines will be launching seasonal direct flights to Nassau, Bahamas, beginning in December.
I'm delighted to announce that Alaska Airlines will also be offering seasonal service from 2 West Coast destinations beginning in December and operating through to April 2024. Alaska Airlines will also offer direct flights from Los Angeles to Nassau 4 times per week during this period. Los Angeles, second largest DMA that visit our website. But the good news continues, as Alaska Airlines will also be adding for the same period, December through to April, direct service from Seattle, Washington, 3 times per week. This opens up, I think that deserves a round of applause. This is the first time ever the service from Seattle to Nassau will have taken place.
The Bahamas will be the only country in the Caribbean that Alaska Airlines will fly to since discontinuing flights to Mexico. With Alaska Airlines and JetBlue implementing the new flights, Mrs. Jibrulu says, this opens up the whole northwestern seaboard from the United States for visitors to the Bahamas.
But with Alaska Airlines coming into this space, what it does, because they're also introducing Seattle, we've never had airlift from Seattle, never had it from LA. So while LA obviously opens up the rest of the world, if you think of the northwestern seaboard, I mentioned Vancouver, mentioned Alaska, that is the demographic of traveler that would love a Bahamian destination, that can actually benefit, can afford to come to the Bahamas, and all of a sudden they have the opportunity for a direct flight or just a very short connection to get here. So it's not just Seattle, which we're so excited about, it's that it opens up even more for us.
Just last week, Thursday, a direct flight from Italy with 105 passengers arrived at Grand Bahama International Airport for the first time since Hurricane Dorian. Tourism Minister Chester Cooper revealed that at the end of April, overall air and sea arrivals surpassed 2022 levels by 79% and exceeded the banner 2019 year numbers by 32%. Opposition leader Michael Pintard blasted the Davis administration, calling the delay in the implementation of cruise passenger taxes as a U-turn, which the F&M leader says has upended the budgeted revenue projections. Last week, Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, told reporters that the introduction of the new passenger tax would be delayed until January 1st, 2024. The Deputy Prime Minister noted that the implementation of the taxes was always slated for the start of 2024. However, the bill tabled in the House of Assembly earlier this month indicates a start date of July 1st, 2023, with the 4th schedule, which includes a tourism enhancement levy for every passenger that is arriving or leaving the Bahamas, being $2 beginning January 1st, 2024. Mr. Pintard, in a statement, said the evaporation of $144 million in projected revenue sucks the wind out of the government's budget. Mr. Pintard suggested the Davis-led administration did not consult with the cruise industry or airlines on what this tax increase would mean for the tourism industry. As Carnival Cruise Line's president, Christine Duffy, said publicly that she hopes the government delays the implementation of this new tax. Mr. Pintard says this is another embarrassment for the Davis administration. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper admitted to a local daily that the Passenger Tax Amendment Bill 2023 did not correctly reflect that all of the taxes they come into effect in January of 2024, and the bill will be corrected. The annual Fox Hill Festival is here again, with this year's festival aiming to reach and empower the youth of the Fox Hill community. Fox Hill Festival Committee Chairman Warren Davis explains the activities so far since the event began in early June and what is expected in the coming days.
Our first community outreach program was Level Up, entrepreneurial training workshop. Another major community initiative done by the committee and Department of Labor was the job fair. with Labor on the Blocks 2.0 and the Fox Hill Community Center. As we celebrate our country's 50th independence celebration, persons who enjoy our annual historical festival and annual Junkanoo Rush Out can also look forward to the best Bahamian entertainment, names like Shad Colley and the VIP Band, Ebony 242, Nishi LS, and list goes on. The public will also be able to enjoy activities like rake and scrape, dancing, competition, climbing the greasy pole, plaiting of the maypole, crab catching competition, kids corner, and the limbo competition. We invite all to come out to enjoy our festival this year.
Member of Parliament for Fox Hill, Fred Mitchell, says the festival is an occasion where Bahamians unable to leave New Providence during the summer are able to find wholesome family entertainment right there in Fox Hill. The event has the support of both the Royal Bahamas Police and Defense Force, who have zero tolerance for criminal and violent activity.
It's always an honor to support the Fox Hill Festival, which is the premier African festival in the country, just behind Junkanoo. And it is also an occasion when people who are unable to leave town on this summer holiday are able to find a place of good family entertainment on New Providence. So I always encourage people to come. It's a particularly family-oriented occasion. We have the Junkanoo Rush Out, which takes place early in the morning on Emancipation Day. You have the Governor General who comes up, and then there's a luncheon for the seniors. And then on Fox Hill Day, that's when the Prime Minister and his colleagues come up, along with the Leader of the Opposition and his colleagues. They all come up to Fox Hill to visit the various Baptist churches on Fox Hill Day.
Since its creation in 1988 by the late Eric Wilmot, the festival recognizes the similarities between the signature days of Emancipation Day and Fox Hill Day, while maintaining the strong cultural fabric of the unique historical community called Fox Hill. And this past Sunday, CARICOM ambassadors participated in the Caribbean Interfaith Service to mark June as Caribbean Heritage Month in the United States. The service was held at People's Congregational United Church of Christ in Washington, D.C. The guest speaker was Dr. Julius Garvey, son of Pan-Africanist and global leader, the late Marcus Garvey. Introducing Dr. Garvey to the congregation was chairman of the Caucus of Caribbean Ambassadors, Wendell Jones. Ambassador Jones said Dr. Garvey, a practicing cardiovascular surgeon, is an offspring of the man who is not just a national hero of Jamaica, but the son of one who, with a potent and captivating vision, played a pivotal role in the liberation of the people of Africa in the Americas and beyond. In the 1940s and the 50s, Marcus Garvey had a huge following of his church right here in New Providence. And finally, the Ministry of Public Works and Utilities announcing a road pavement exercise that will be carried out in 3 phases. Bahamix has scheduled milling and paving for East Street South from Calvary Deliverance Church through to the intersection of Bamboo Boulevard and East Street. The works began on Monday evening and will continue between the hours of 10:30 p.m. and 3:30 a.m. nightly for a period of 2 weeks. The first phase will encompass 1,000 feet of road resurfacing. The motoring public are advised to avoid this area and to comply with all posted traffic signatures or signage. Concerns may be addressed to the contractors, Bahamix, the Ministry of Works. In the meantime, they extend their apologies for any inconvenience caused. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jcn Saunders. Thanks so much for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.